Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of our wonderful and juicy and delicious little subscribers out there. And how I love you so. You're so super duper delicious, so super duper wonderful, and I love you all very much, okay? And thank you so very much for all of your support, okay? So 3, 2, 1, beam me up, okay? Now then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of our wonderful and delicious little passers-by. Sorry, my lights have got all twisted. Okay, so I hope that you're all super duper well wherever you are in the world, okay, to everybody, and that life is treating you oh so deliciously. Now then, if you do happen to enjoy my video, if you could please click on the like button, because I sound like a stuck record, okay, and if you have not yet subscribed, then please could you subscribe, and also because I have to remember everything, and also if you'd like to share my video, if you do happen to enjoy it, then please, if you will, that would be very much appreciated. And finally, if you'd like to leave a comment, then please feel free. Okay, my delicious babies. Now then, the weather in my neck of the woods in the old UK, well, they're really throwing everything at us, aren't they? Yes, they're really giving it to us, you know. And, well, it's rather windy out there. In fact, it's been windy all night. And also, it has been absolutely bucketing down with rain. So, if it's raining, okay? So, it seems that this seems to be the current state of affairs. Do you see what I mean in the old UK, in my neck of the woods? Now then, I just want to say a few things, okay? So I just want to start by saying, because I never advertised, you know, all my delicious little ones the other day. I only advertised some, not all, okay? So if you could please look at our lovely Alexander Mercury, so okay? And he does also have the Duran with our beautiful Alex Christoforo, okay? So if you could please follow Alexander, okay? And he's on YouTube, BitChute, I do believe. They're now on Rockfin as well. Rockfin, everybody, okay? Also Telegram, also Odyssey, and I've forgotten the other one. Forgotten it. I've forgotten it now, everybody. Okay, well, sorry, everybody, I've forgotten. I never wrote it down, see. But anyway, so they're on, you know, a number of places, okay, where you can find them. And they're so delicious and wonderful. Do you understand what I mean? And, you know, world knowledge, you'll get so much information, okay, my delicious babies. So please and thank you for that. Now then, also, if you'd like to look at, and this gentleman, he's actually on YouTube, and his name is Garland, okay? Garland Nixon, okay? Now, I do find him, it's the way that he explains things. Do you understand what I mean, okay? But, you know, but with all of our delicious ones, okay, what it is that it's very easy to understand. Okay, so in other words, something that can come across as rather complicated, they break it all down so that you can understand everything what's going on around the world. Okay, so they're very fascinating, very interesting gentlemen. They're all wonderful and delicious. Okay, so if you could please follow them. Okay, now then, the other thing I want to say, well, let's just take a look at this flipping old bat, flipping Liz Truss. I've got nothing against the elderly, by the way, everybody. Do you understand what I mean? I mean, I was a carer for them for over 20 years, so I'm not disrespectful at all, anybody, but that's a figure of speech. I cannot stand this flipping woman. I'm telling you that now, okay? Because quite simply, I mean, well, you just got to take a look at her, everybody. Do you see what I mean? And the thing is, even though we've got more and more and more man and woman out there, you know, waking up, yes, the fact of the matter is you've still got those out there and say, oh, you know, oh, we support Labour and oh, we support you there, yes. Do you see what I mean? You know, and that flipping, what's his name, Keir Starmer. I've said it before and I'll say it again, he's a sir, isn't he? So he's one of the lackeys for you know who. Do you see what I mean, everybody? Do you see where I'm coming from? I've said it before and I'll say it again and I'll keep saying it until I'm blue in the face. None of these are any good. Now, I keep saying this. Do you see what I mean? And I'm hoping, dear God, Jesus Christ of Nazareth, that more and more and more will listen to what I am saying and what others are saying as well. Do you see what I mean? I mean, let's face it, for years and years and years, we've been sold down the flipping river. Do you see what I'm saying to you? I mean, you still got flipping, crossing the channel and in other countries and everything. And what is it now? There's what's it called? A 5-star cruise liner. You know, and you've got what that's going on there. Do you see what I'm saying to you? I mean, really, nothing has ever been in our boat races, in our faces, more than in 2020 to 2022, everybody. Do you understand what I mean? It's right in our flipping boat races for everybody to see. You see what I mean? Because them up there have got no flipping skin on the face. See how bright it's gone? Thank you, my dear spirit. Do you see what I mean? At the end of the day, this is what's going on. Do you see what I'm saying to you? And in the middle of all of this, I'll tell you what was on my mind this morning, everybody, right? What's it called? The Pirates of the Caribbean. Do you see what I mean? So it very much appears to me that we're in the middle of something, doesn't it, everybody? Do you see what I'm saying to you all, yes? And then when you look on the internet, here's something else as well. And then when you look on the internet, everybody, yes, I am having a flipping moan this morning. Yes, I am. This afternoon, rather, sorry. Okay, I mean, everybody seems to be selling heaters, don't get me wrong, they're there to, you know what I mean, to make the pound, shilling and pence, dollars and change, ka-ching. Do you see what I'm saying to you? But what I'm saying to you is, one has to really take a very close look at, and I know, I'm not talking to anybody, my delicious little babies out there who do know, sorry, you know, just let me just correct myself, okay? I am saying this to my delicious little babies out there who do not know. So you got to see who's making ka-ching out, there we go, out of all of this. Do you see what I mean? And even with that in the middle of the, in the sea, they said that Russia had done it right. Well, here's the thing. If you actually looked very closely, yes, I don't know if any of you have ever seen, because you can get like these little, little pumps, like little water fountain things. Do you understand what I mean? And then what it is, you can make like a sort of a water feature in one's garden. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes? Well, that's how it looked. Because why would you have just a circle like that? Circle, circle, circle. Do you see what I'm saying, everybody? That's all I'm saying. Maybe I was looking at things differently, or from a different angle. Maybe that's what I was doing. Do you see what I mean? But I'm not going to change what I've said anyway. Mind you, I did listen to Putin's speech, to be quite honest with you. And I must be honest, and I'll speak as I find. I did find him rather impressive. He was impressive, actually. Because really, if you think about it, he does talk, he seems, there we go, before I even say it, he does seem to talk a lot of common sense, doesn't he? Whereas you've got a lot of other leaders where it is very plain to see that they are lacking in common sense, aren't they, everybody? Do you see what I'm saying to you? That's all I'm pointing out here. But what it is, we want an end to all of this, because it is most destructive and it is really interfering with everybody's lives. Do you see what I'm saying to you? This is globally. Do you see? Now, there's something else I want to talk about. Now, I'm not racist. I've said before and I'll say it again. My dear mother, God rest her beautiful dear soul, I've already said good morning and everything. Love you, dear mama, right? Mama bear. right? The fact of the matter is this, you know, she was half Bangladeshi and half Irish, you know. I've got different colour, you know, in my own family. I'm not flipping racist at all, do you know what I mean? I've got my beautiful small circle, and my beautiful and wonderful and delicious little friends, okay? Who are different colours at the end of the day. And anyway, it shouldn't even be about colour. But I want to say something now that came into my mind again this morning, okay? Now, what I have to say, so please, out there, if you feel that whatever I'm saying is racist, well, please and thank you, please, would you just skip my channel? Okay, you know, and thank you even if you've watched it up until this point, yes? I just want to say something here, right? And again, with my videos, I just like to give food for thought as well. Yes, see, there we go, okay? Now, if we go back many years ago, everybody, right? I'm only saying this because it's something that came into my mind, okay? And it happened to be years ago, I was watching a documentary. Okay, so I am going back, there we go. I am going back some years ago now, everybody, right? And what it was, right, is that they did a, you know, where they wanted to see how many were truly British, everybody. It's just something I'm wanting to run by you all. Do you see what I'm saying to you, my delicious little babies, okay? So please do not take me in any other way, because I do not mean anything nasty, spiteful, malicious, or anything by this, okay? So I need to make that point abundantly clear, everybody, right? So let me get back to the matter in hand. So years and years ago, right, they wanted to see how many were actually true British, okay? And I'll tell you what it came out as, everybody, see before I even say it, 20%. Okay, everybody? 20% out of 100%. Do you see what I'm saying to you? So when you look at over the years, this is just something else that crossed my mind. There we go. Something else that crossed my mind. When you've got, you know, and they're bringing in, you know, well, they call them immigrants. I mean, even that word alone. I mean, I've got to be honest with you. I mean, I do not like that word, to be perfectly honest with you, everybody. Do you understand what I mean? Call me, you know, being a bit too soft, but I just do not like that word. You know, it's like everybody's labelled with something, you know, like we've all got labels, bleep, 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 on us. Do you understand what I mean? So getting back to the matter in hand now. So over the years, you would have obviously had, you know, crossing our channels or going into other countries, yes? Now, what usually happens, and especially if you've only got males, men, right? Well, eventually they're going to link up. See, before I even say it, they're going to link up with somebody in another country, aren't they? Whether it be the UK, whether it be any other country. Do you see what I'm saying? So then what happens is over a time, over the years and decades, is that it becomes more multicultural. Do you see what I'm saying to you? So I'm trying to, you know, I'll just call it brains, you know, just brainstorming. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? You know, just trying to, there we are, think of things other than the obvious, which we all know, everybody, is human trafficking. And who's making the pound, shilling and pence, dollars and change? Ka-ching! Do you see what I'm saying to you? So there's that. Then there's who's making the ka-ching, yes? And then, you know, we've got other things. I mean, even if you look at over the years, you know, to bring somebody in, you know, and they were working, and this was years ago, I mean, they were working for, how much was it? Was it £2 or £3 an hour to pick, sorry, excuse me, to pick, you know, crops? And I mean, let's face it, everybody, that was going on in the flipping old UK. My neck of the woods it was. Yes. Do you see what I mean? Let me just have a sip of my coffee, please, and thank you. So, what I'm saying to you all, everybody, yes? Oh, and something else I want to say as well. Like there was lots of Chinese nail bars, you know, where they do the nails. Yes, with the old plastic. Yes. Well, they were getting raided. Do you see what I mean? Because, you know, these poor dear ladies and gentlemen, well, they're made to work for nothing. Yes. And let's go on to the Polish some years back as well. I mean, the poor Polish, you know, poor Chinese, poor everything, poor everybody, you know, when you look at that. I mean, and this was going on in the UK, everybody, in my neck of the woods right years ago as well. Polish, where they were making them work for nothing, living in squalidness, okay? So let's all get this right now. Do you see what I'm saying? So all of this has been going on for flipping years and decades and decades. Yes, it has. So I'm not saying anything to be racist. No, I am not anybody. And I have to make that abundantly clear here. I'm just saying who's making ka-ching and who's making what out of what. Do you see what I'm saying to you? And I mean, really, in our flipping neck of the woods in the UK, well, those farmers, I'm not talking about all of them now, okay? So I'm not talking about you all. You happen to stumble across me for any farmers, okay? So I'm not saying that. What I'm saying, for some of them, they ought to be blooming damn ashamed of themselves. Yes, they flipping well should. Do you know what I mean? Just so that they can line their pocket. Anyway, I've met farmers, many moons ago, right? So let me tell you, I've never flipping met a flipping poor one. Never in my flipping life. Do you understand what I mean? So regardless of what anybody says, I'm telling you straight, I've never met one. Do you see what I mean? In fact, as well, decades ago, this is when I was in my, so I'm 49 now, so I'm talking about when I was, 19, 20? And one of my mates years ago, right, she got the offer to go out with a farmer. But the only reason why she never went out with him is because she said, you know, she wasn't too sure because she was a vegetarian as well. Do you understand what I mean? And not only that, but, you know, it's all the early hours that you get up and everything like that. So really that, you know, there we go. It never appealed to her. Do you see what I mean? But I remember when she told me, because she came back and told me she did, that he had a lot of money. Ka-ching. Do you see what I'm saying to you? So really, we have to read in between the lines of things. And what about the poor Polish workers and everything like that? And Romanian, and this was going back decades now. Decades. And well before I ever had my beautiful and delicious little babies, my little bairns. God love you, my two daughters, right? I'm talking years back. And they were, you know, to come over and do building work, everybody, right? And when I seen, because I seen it with my own eyes, everybody, right? That and seen how they were sleeping and everything in buildings that would, oh yes. Do you see what I'm saying to you? This has been, there we go, before I even say it, this has been going on a very long time, everybody. Do you see what I'm saying to you? But then what happens is, over the years, right, so, of course, this is going on, you know, and of course they're saying about everybody, you know, crossing the channel and going to other countries, see what I mean, and everything like that. So they've been made to be despised. Yes, because that's what it's, you know, all been about, so. But if you look at everything, right, it's wicked, it's cruel, and it's putrid. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? But like now, like if you see different cultures, you see me, right? And I'm going to be honest with you, everybody, right? I will talk to anybody, whether somebody's super duper rich, whether they're mediocre, or whether, God bless them, you're right, Dan. You're right. Yeah, I am. Yeah. Ah, she's so lovely, you know, beautiful little Syrian family up the road. Sorry about that, my delicious babies. I do get distracted. Everybody knows that with me by now. I really do, you know. I'm really deadly for it. But getting back to what I'm saying now, to the matter in hand. So what I'm saying to you is, I mean, me personally, I would talk to anybody. And even if, you know, somebody's got nothing, whatever the situation, I will talk to anybody. Do you understand what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you know, you shouldn't just talk to one class or talk to another class. I do not believe in that, okay? And not only that, but with my healing, with everything that I do you understand what I mean? I will help anybody, any nationality, doesn't matter. The fact is, we've all got the same colour blood running through our veins. Do you see what I mean? So whether we look darker, whether we look lighter, do you see what I'm saying to you? The fact is, we're all the same. Do you see what I mean? So really, that's the fact of the matter, isn't it? We all get out of bed well, God bless us for those of us who are very blessed to be able to. We get out of bed. We all do the same thing, don't we? We go to the toilet. We all do the same thing. So nobody's better than nobody else, are they? Do you see what I'm saying to you? So, like, you see, for me, the way I see it is, and of course now you've got, you know, all different, everybody blending with everybody. I mean, if you look at, you know, my dear mum, God rest her beautiful dear souls, you know, her dad was Bangladeshi and her mother was Irish. Do you see what I'm saying to you? I've got plenty of Irish in my dad's family as well. Do you see what I mean? I'm all different. Do you see what I'm saying to you? You know, so all that I'm saying is that we have to look at all these things, but we're in the middle of something at the moment. Yes, we flipping well are. And remember what I said, the Pirates of the Caribbean, and that's what we're in. Do you see what I mean? But what it is, I've just had back against the wall. So what it is, you see, what they're doing is, you see, they're wanting to put everybody's back against the wall, but really what's going on here is, you see, they're becoming most worried and frightened that their back is going against the wall. Do you see what I'm saying to you? There we go. And this is what's going on, everybody. And I just wanted to air my views. But yes, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I'm not going to shut up about it, everybody. I'm just going to keep going. So I'm just like flipping Duracell. I'm just flipping keep going. Do you understand what I mean? Yes? I mean, eventually I'll conk out, but that won't be for many flipping decades. So please do not worry about that one. My point, what I'm saying is this: at the end of the day, get rid of these governments. Do you see what I mean? Just get rid of them. Get rid of them. It does not matter who is in. It makes no difference at all. The fact is, doesn't matter which way you look at it, they're going to flipping shaft you. And they've been doing it for flipping decades, haven't they? Do you see what I mean? And it's like everybody's on a flipping stage. Do you know what I'm saying to you? I mean, they're blatantly flipping taking the pee out of everybody, aren't they? Yes, they flipping are. Anyway, I've got nothing more to say, everybody. But like I said, this video was not meant to be offensive, to hurt or offend anybody. I'm just saying what all different things are going on. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? And they're still trying to push this flipping poxy, and I will say that because that's not swearing, this poxy flipping climate green flipping agenda. Well, I'll tell you what they can do with that very nicely. They can flipping F off very nicely. Yes, they flipping can. Do you understand what I mean? Because anyone with flipping half a brain. And then I seen what's her name, that Greta blah, blah, blah. Greta Thunberg. Then I seen her, she had a flipping meltdown, didn't she? See what I mean? Mind you, I've seen her long time ago, where, you know, they did little clips and everything, where she told the truth. It's all a crock of shite. Do you see what I mean? But then you still got ones out there bloody believing this crap, and then you see them still with the flipping masks. Do you see what I mean? It's bonkers. The whole lot is completely and utterly bonkers. I mean, I seen a woman this morning on a video, and there she was, flipping bragging. Oh, I've got the, you know, I've got a jab. Bragging about it. When, of course, we all know what's going to happen, right? It's going to shorten her life. Do you see what I'm saying to you? You see, the thing is, where before with everything that's gone on, right, in the world, because it's been going on for decades, genocide, and that's what it is, genocide, everybody, right, and in the medical profession, yes, and everything like that, everybody, right, it's been going on for decades. You see, the fact of the matter is that now, you see, they've been caught out. My only, what I have to say here, issue is, right, is that why all of a sudden, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, why all of a sudden is everybody coming out with now? Do you see what I mean? Like everything's coming out into the open. I mean, even if you look at GB News and things like that, do you see what I mean? Everybody's talking about it, right? So why all of a sudden now? So that's all I'm asking. Do you see what I mean? Because there's no way on this earth, everybody, that this is going to be able to be swept under the carpet. Not a chance. Do you see what I mean? And I've been seeing how flipping angry some have been getting as well. I mean, I've seen one man, right, caught up with a doctor, right, and, well, he was trying to attack him because he was the doctor who injected one of his family members. So, and this is not the first video I've seen, everybody. I mean, I've seen a Turkish video in Turkey, right, where a bus driver, 1 minute he was there, do you see what I mean, and a woman was paying the fare, right, and the flipping next minute, he goes into this kind of like this, foot on the accelerator, flipping zone. Do you see what I'm saying to you, everybody? So there's no way that they can turn around. I mean, why all of a sudden flipping myocarditis, everybody? Why all of a sudden that? How many over the years have heard about? Do you see what I'm saying to you? Do you see? And then, of course, you got, you know, you want to have had the flipping jab, right? And yes, it is still going on and in other countries. And they're saying, oh, well, you know, even though they were really flipping poorly and sick, oh, but I'd do it all over again. What are they? Flipping half-wits, flipping Egypts or what? It's them, and I'm not being nasty to anybody, because I've had beautiful dear clients, God love them, who've came to me, God bless them, they're so beautiful, and they have been tricked into having a jab. Do you see what I'm saying to you, everybody? Because that's what it has been going on. They were tricked. And then if there wasn't force, they were coerced. Do you see? But I do not see why some platforms, and this is not being nasty now when I say this, everybody, right? My delicious little babes out there. I do not see, and I've got nothing against the other platforms, I'm just making my point, yes I am, why some platforms can discuss it and other platforms cannot. So what's all that about then? I mean, it's like one of my videos. I mean, I had one that was put on 1 second, and anyway, and that was all to do with it. Begins with a C and ends with an R, everybody, right? And then another video, well, apparently could not be played in my own country, in the UK. You see what I mean? And for anybody who was fortunate enough, and I will say that, who was fortunate enough to be able to view it, okay? Anyway, but then over the, when is it now? Over the weekend, YouTube now, they've decided now, everybody, that I can now start to delete my videos. Do you see what I'm saying to you? So you've got to ask yourself a question, what's going on here then? Okay, we could say on one hand that, you know, maybe they're saving it, you know, for a rainy day just to flipping smack you with it later on. Do you understand what I mean? But I'm not really feeling that. I'm feeling they were keeping certain for a reason. Yes. Do you see what I'm saying, everybody? And that's why they would not allow me to delete my videos. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Anyway, in the end, I just deleted that video anyway. Do you understand what I mean? But the fact of the matter is, you know, whoever was fortunate enough, and God bless you, you know, for even watching that video, you know, so at least you know how this is rocking and rolling. Do you know what I mean? It's like certain ones can say certain things and others cannot say nothing at all. Do you see what I mean? So, I mean, they may be able to let me keep my video up to date that I'm sending out to you, my delicious babies, and again, they may not. I do not know. I mean, we never know what they're doing, do we? You know, what hour of the day they flipping wake up. Do you understand what I mean? And what they decide to do? You know, but none of us should be able to not have a freedom of speech. Do you see what I mean? What, just to shut us all up? When I've said before and I say it again, when everything's blooming common knowledge. And for those of us out here, I mean, God bless our dear souls, and God bless the dear souls of anybody who's taken a jab. But the ones who are unjabbed are trying to help the ones who are blooming jabbed. Madness, isn't it, everybody? But of course, we're living in a bonk as well, but just please bear in mind that something else is going on in between it, okay? So I know what is going on, yes? So at the end of the day, and this is what it is, and then you've got all these flipping silly distractions in the flipping meantime. Do you see what I'm saying to you? And this is what's going on. But I always say, he who laughs, what's that saying now? He who laughs last, laughs the longest. Do you see what I mean? But the rate that it's going, everybody, in this world, right? It's no longer going to be protests, everybody. It's going to be a flipping revolution. There we go. It is, you know, because everybody's just going to be getting that flipping. I'm all cold all here. Do you understand what I mean? Because tempers, and they're already rising. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes. And then, of course, the poor elderly, you know, what they've got to suffer. Do you see what I mean? But, of course, God bless them, you know, they've been suffering for years, haven't they? Do you see what I'm saying for some of them? Do you see what I'm saying to you? Because, you see, if the elderly are removed, and I'm so sorry, I didn't mean it like that, dear Lord, to my delicious little babies out there, I didn't mean it like that. But if they see, because they can remember other things. Do you see what I'm saying to you, everybody? Yes? Do you see what I'm saying to you? This is what I'm doing. Yes? And, of course, you know, as we very well know, God bless, you know, who's passed away. The deaths, I do not like that word, but the deaths have gone up, the flipping, God bless them all. God love them all. May they rest in peace. It's just skyrocketed, hasn't it? Yes? Do you see what I mean? So, you know, this is what's going on, isn't it? So what we all just got to keep doing, everybody, right? We just give out as much good information as what we can. Yes, we just give out as much good information as what we can. And we just keep going like Duracell. Do you understand what I mean? Because let's face it, I mean, the box in the corner of the room, I mean, in the end, nobody will be watching that at all. Do you see what I mean? So it seems to me that a lot of these flipping televisions tell a vision, everybody, right? And programming, right? Well, as large as they are, well, they're just going to be flipping thrown on the flipping scrap heap, aren't they? Because we won't be able to flipping get rid of them. Yes. Do you see what I mean? So you can see, you know, what's going on here. Yes, we can. And you can also see where, and how long was it ago now when I looked at this? It was about 1.5 years ago. That in China, and I feel sorry for the poor dear Chinese, I do, God love them, right? That, you know, and they built all these places, right? Well, nobody was living in it. In any of them, it looked like a flipping ghost town. Yes? Do you see what I mean? And then over here, they're building houses that are just getting smaller and smaller and smaller, costing others more and more and more. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Yes? This is everything what's going on, everybody. I mean, if you look at an old build house, right, it has a massive garden, right? A massive garden, massive rooms and everything, right? These new builds, well, it's just like designed for the flipping little shoe people. It is, yes. Do you see what I mean? And you got those, you know, and they're like, oh, you know, look at my house. I'm thinking, oh, for goodness sake. when dear God, Jesus Christ in Nazareth, our dear Creator, was handing out brains, clearly missed some flipping out, didn't he? God love him. Do you see what I mean? Anyway, so that's the video for everyone. So yes, I've just had a bit of a flipping moan today, but I'm just having my say about things, yes? So what we need to do, boot out the government, get rid of them, get rid of all of them. I said it before, I say it again, you get good business gentlemen in, yes there are, and ones who know how to run things. Do you understand what I mean? Not this flipping crock of shite. I mean flipping, well, you couldn't even call it a comedy, could you really? Well, it's beyond flipping laughable, actually. But that flipping trust, I just cannot stand her. That flipping trust, yes? Well, you cannot trust her, can you? Trust, right? And that flipping Quasimodo. I mean, look at him. Look at the two of them. Do you know what I mean? I was going to say something else then, but I'm just going to stop myself. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, that's all I've got to say, everybody. So my video was not meant to offend, upset, or do anything, okay? It's just I'm having my say. There we go. I'm having my say on what I believe. There we go. And I'm not going to change what I've got to say here. And I'm well entitled to my opinion. Yes, I am. But and I must just say to you, and considering we're in autumn, just before I leave my video, my delicious babies, there's only one tree over there where it's a beautiful, it looks like a burnt orange colour, you know, with all the beautiful leaves. Because I do love, I mean, my favourites are summer and autumn. Do you understand what I mean? And I love the leaves. Do you know what I mean? And all the different colours. You know, it's so beautiful and delicious. But I've noticed with other trees, well, it's not happening. Do you see what I'm saying? And it's because of the zuzum, what they're doing. Do you see what I'm saying, everybody? So, yes, and then you've got others who do not believe in that either. I mean, what planet are some of these man and woman on? Do you see what I'm saying to you? They're clearly not on our flipping planet. They must be on flipping planet Nanu. Do you see what I mean? Because they're certainly not on our song sheet, everybody. Do you see what I mean? And of course, the longer that goes on, is that it makes it more difficult for all of us. But it doesn't matter. We're going to get through it. Positive mental attitude at all times. There we go. Okay? And what we must do, and I haven't said it on the past couple of videos, so we must just keep smiling. Okay? We just keep smiling through it all. Okay? Because we've got to be able to have a laugh. Do you see what I mean every now and again? Do you understand what I mean? Life cannot just be totally serious. Do you see what I'm saying to you? Because that's what they want. Do you see what I mean? No. We just lift our vibrations. We lift the frequency and we feel the love. Okay, my delicious babies, so that's my moment for today, okay? So on that note, and I'm going to do my quick reads. So on that note, thank you so very much. If you do happen to stumble across me, thank you so very much for even taking the time to listen, okay? But I did not mean anything racist by anything what I said at all, okay? And for all of my delicious and wonderful little subscribers who've been with me from the start, then you know this of me, okay? Yes, you do, okay? So you know that I did not mean anything by it. It's just I'm looking at other angles here, right, of how this is rocking and rolling. Do you see what I mean? Anyway, and on that note, much love. I mean, I could be wrong, because nobody's right on everything, are they? But, you know, it's just other things to look at, isn't it? Anyway, so on that note, much love to you all. God bless. Have a beautiful morning, afternoon or evening, wherever you are in the world, okay? Because you're all so beautiful, wonderful and delish, okay? Now, until my next video, much love. God bless. Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.